Week 3, NFL DraftKings. Let's go. YouTube! Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you guys for tuning in again. Like and subscribe, like and subscribe, like and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you all for tuning in again today. Let's get right into today's picks. Before I start that, just want to give a quick little recap on last week's picks. Last week's picks were not really pitched. They're all kind of duds. Trey Lance got hurt. A couple more guys didn't get the touches we predicted. Long story short, my highest scoring player was Corey Davis, which is not good. But nonetheless, still undefeated Thursday nights, still undefeated on Monday nights. I'm let's see, we've been through 2 weeks now, 50% on Sundays. That's still like an 80% payout winning. Keep rolling into week 3. Here we go. Week 3, my quarterback is going to be Tua Tagovailoa, the Bama boy, the Hawaiian boy, the boy who put up 42 fantasy points last week against the Baltimore Ravens. And who are they playing this week? The Buffalo Bills. That should prove another week of points for Tua Tagovailoa, being that the Buffalo Bills are definitely going to put up points that Tua will have to match if they want to win. Unless he wants to lose, then he can put up a goose egg. But if they want to win, Tua is going to have to put up a lot of points. So, Tua is our quarterback. 2 running backs, Leonard Fournette, David Montgomery. David Montgomery is going up against the Houston Texans, who suck. They're really bad. They have a really bad run defense as well, if you didn't know that. Not saying the Bears need to win this game, but the Bears need to win this game coming off a brutal loss against the Green Bay Packers. There should be a lot of totes coming to David Montgomery, being that Houston has a weak run defense. He should be able to run right through them, over 100 yards, 5 touchdowns. Boom. Leonard Fournette. Main reason I'm going with Leonard Fournette is because he tweeted, and I quote, "Sorry, fantasy fans, touchdowns are coming your way very soon." Leonard Fournette has failed to put up a lot of points this year in the fantasy column. But he tweeted, he said, "They are coming. I believe they're coming this week." Against the Green Bay Packers, who got torched by David Montgomery last week. David Montgomery torched them for 120 yards on the ground, if you didn't know that. Khalil Herbert, I believe, had a few touches as well that week. But David Montgomery torched them last week. I believe Leonard Fournette gets the touches this week for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, going up against the Green Bay Packers. Boom. Running backs done. Wide receivers. Number 1. Stefan Diggs, going up against the Miami Dolphins, another high-scoring offense the Bills are going to have to match. Stefan Diggs has pretty much been Mr. Automatic this year so far. I believe it was a 30-dimer, and yesterday he put up a 43-dimer. I'm going to play him until he stops proving me wrong. Justin Jefferson proved me wrong last night, Monday night, that he can be stopped. Stefan Diggs still has to be proved wrong that he can be stopped. So he's in my lineup this week, going up against a Miami Dolphins team that can put up a lot of points. That being said, I have a Miami Dolphins player in my wide receiver 2 spot, which goes by the name of Tyreek Hill, number 10. Tyreek Hill is no stranger to my lineups, being that he is a demon when it comes to speed and catching footballs and holding up the peace sign like this when he runs past the DBs. I believe this is going to be the game of the week right here, Miami versus the Bills, 2 very high-scoring offenses and divisional opponents. This could have very big playoff implications, towards the end of the year, even though it's week 3. These 2 teams head-to-head, they both know this is a must-win game. So, who's going to come out on top? It's going to be who has the most points. How do they get points? By scoring fantasy points. What do fantasy points do? Put money in my pocket, put money in your pocket. So, let's move on to the wide receiver 3 spot, being we already have 2 guys done. My wide receiver 3 is a mystery. You're going to have to pay me if you want to find out. If you want to find out, hit me in the comments, and we'll get in touch with you to give you that 3rd wide receiver. It's a mystery. Tight end, Logan Thomas. Logan Thomas has been pretty extravagant in the last few years. He hasn't had many points this year. He had 11 points, which is, average for a tight end. I'm not saying you have to put up 1,000 to be a great fantasy tight end. 11 is good, but I like the matchup this week, going up against Philadelphia, who have led up the 32nd most points to fantasy tight ends. That means they are the worst against fantasy tight ends. So we're playing Logan Thomas this week in my tight end position, going up against the Philadelphia Eagles, another divisional matchup. My flex spot, another one. Gonna have to pay me. Sorry, guys. I'm not gonna give away one player, because if I gave away one player, then it would give it away. I have to keep 2 players in the mix, under the radar. Otherwise, my full lineup would be given away, and I believe my lineups are too good. I'm hitting too good right now. I do not want to do that. So, if you want my flex spot, hit me in the comments, and I'll give it to you. But I will be happy enough to give you my defense and special teams, which is the New York Jets, coached by Mr. Salah, who coached the 49ers a couple years ago. He was their defensive coordinator, and he was a beast. He had so much energy. And the Jets this week are going up against the Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow has been sacked each time he's played this year, like over 7 times. It's unbelievable how much Joe Burrow loves sacks. He dreams about sacks. He eats sacks. He drinks sacks. He fantasizes about sacks. He just loves sacks. All day long. He loves them. And I think the Jets defense is going to be up to the task this week in sacking Joe Burrow 7 times, maybe getting a fumble recovery, maybe a pick. But I'm mainly going against I'm going with the Jets because they're cheap and Joe Burrow loves to get the sacks. So, tomato, tomato. Going with the Jets defense this week. Appreciate you all for tuning into the video this week. This has been week 3 of DraftKings Fantasy Football. If you wouldn't mind liking, subscribing to the channel, subscribing and liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you guys. Slowly approaching 200. After that, we're slowly going to be approaching 500, and we're only going to keep growing from there. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Let's have a good week this week. Thank you.